pursue my academic and athletic dreams at the next level with a chance to further work to the ultimate goal. Next, I want to recognize my mom, my dad, and my grandparents. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. They sacrificed more than I ever could have asked for to get me where I'm at. Their constant support, love, and persistence is what made me who I am today. They sacrificed more than I ever asked for to get me where I'm at. And especially to you, Mom, the most influential figure in my life. You pushed me harder than anyone has or ever will. And you did it all out of love for me and your desire for me to succeed. This is, above all, for you, Mom. Also, I want to take a moment to thank all the coaches who taught me everything I know. Coach Merritt, Coach Frazier, Coach Burroughs, Coach Miller, Coach Holloway, Coach Reed, Coach Charles Woods, Coach Mike, Coach Arlen Harris, Coach Toriano Pride, my Uncle Kenny Mays, Matt Bierman, and the entire staff of the Elite Football Academy, Peter Tasker, Andy Abbott, Coach Cleve, Coach Tony Irons, Coach Johnson, Coach Diefenbach, and Coach Pat. Thank you to you guys, especially for always going the extra mile to help me succeed and molding me into the man and player I am today. Next, I want to acknowledge all my teammates and friends who have always been on my side through the thick and thin, and have always truly supported me. Without their constant effort to push me further beyond my comfort zone, I wouldn't be in this situation, and I wouldn't be standing here about to make the most important decision of my life. With that being said, I want to thank all the coaches and schools that have recruited me through this process and this experience. I'll never forget it. And now I want to officially announce my commitment to University of Notre Dame. Yes. There you go.
Where's my camera?
So there you have it, folks. Tyson Ford has committed to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Quickly, let's go through a few things. Some key kind of timeline here in his recruiting process. That first offer for Tyson Ford came December 10th, 2019 from Iowa State. April 9th, a big offer from Missouri, obviously one of his top 4 schools. Notre Dame offered 9 days later. And of course, he is now committed to the Fighting Irish. Oklahoma offered October 25th. And guys, we may even have some Sooners here, Sooner fans in the live stream here. Oklahoma was, strongly in the lead in December. In January, Fighting Irish retook the lead. I mean, really, throughout the spring, summer, and fall, I would say Notre Dame was the leader. And then Oklahoma grabbed the lead. Notre Dame grabbed a back lead. So kind of a seesaw recruitment there. On December 16th, Tyson Ford put on Twitter that he was going to be announcing on January 18th. December 17th, so the following day, he gets the offer from Georgia, and Georgia was one of his top schools. And then he is now committed to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So let's pop on his tape. A long, athletic defensive end. If you're like making a create a player in Madden and you're making a defensive end, that's what it is. He just has all of those traits. He has the positional versatility. He could be a 5 tech, that strong side end. He could be a 3 tech playing on the inside. Tyson Ford is going to just be able to do a lot of things. This is also Notre Dame's first commitment in the Marcus Freeman era, and Marcus Freeman did come on late here and helped the Irish win this recruitment. Make sure you go to blueandgold.com for all of the coverage on Tyson Ford's commitment. Now let's go to an interview with Mr. Ford talking about his Fighting Irish pledge. And we are now with the man of the hour, Tyson Ford, Notre Dame's newest commitment in the 2022 class. Tyson, the answer everyone wants to know is, why did you pick Notre Dame?
Well, it was really the coaches and the way they scheme. I love the way that they love they're winning coaches, and the academic part was truly something I couldn't turn down. It was a lifetime opportunity, especially for me and my family. No one's ever gone to a school and say they can attend or even graduate as a school, Notre Dame,
Yeah, so academics was huge for you. Obviously, you go to such a great school in John Burroughs. Tell me about the academic piece of it. Why was that so important to you?
Well, I'm still deciding right now whether I wanted to study medicine or law. And life after football is important. You want to make sure everything is set in stone. So you can be able to just guarantee success anywhere you want to go.
Now, Tyson, I've been interviewing you, a few times now since Notre Dame offered you, what was it, back in the spring of 2020. So, I mean, you had a long, consistent relationship with Coach Elston. Tell me about him. What did he mean to your recruiting process?
Well, we've been speaking since April 2020, right before, or no, right during right in the middle of the pandemic. And so I really was talking to him all the time, almost every day, all the time. He was checking in on me, checking in with me and my family. He's a great guy. He really cares. And that's the type of coach I want to play for, a coach that really cares about me and a coach that's going to push me to be able to be the best I can.
So Tyson is ranked as a Rivals 100 prospect. And let's pop on the tape now, Tyson. Why don't you break down your junior film for me, man? How was your junior season? What did you feel like you improved on from your sophomore season?
Well, it was really short. We only played about 5 games, but it was better than 0. I was just able to come out there and just show just a little bit of what I've been working on in the off season. I saw a really huge growth since my sophomore year. So, it was just a great experience to just be able to go out there and just play some football.
Now, what do you want Notre Dame fans to know about you? Like, what kind of young man you are? What kind of football player are you? Like, what is the Fighting Irish community getting in Tyson Ford?
Well, just as a man, I'm just coming here to work. That's all I do. I just go to work. I'm ready to go get down to work, get down and dirty. I'll do anything for the school. I'm fully committed to them, and they have 100% of my heart.
Well, that's Tyson Ford, new Notre Dame commitment. We appreciate you chatting about your commitment, and congratulations on it, Tyson.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So there you have it, folks. Tyson Ford discussing his Notre Dame commitment again, guys. Big time commitment for the Fighting Irish. Let's go through some of his accolades. Rivals ranks Ford as the number 3 prospect in the state of Missouri, number 5 strong side defensive end, and number 64 overall player in the country. Just played 5 games during his junior season. According to St. Louis Today, totaled 19 tackles, 3 sacks. Again, just 5 games there. In 2019, 11-game season, had 52 tackles, and also played some on offense, 13 receptions for 185 yards. Ford was named to the 2020 Missouri Football Coaches Association First Team All-State Defense, and also to the 2020-2019 Metro League Football All-Conference First Team Defense. Also plays basketball for John Burroughs High School. Already committed to the 2022 Under Armour All-American game. So 5 commitments for the Fighting Irish. You have a tight end, Jack Nickel, a couple of offensive linemen in Ty Chan and Joey Tanona. Tyson Ford is Notre Dame's first defensive line pledge of the class. And then Notre Dame has linebacker Nolan Ziegler. So with this, I haven't checked. I did the math before Tyson Ford committed. Notre Dame has the number 6 class per Rivals in the 2022 team ranking. So, a little early to be talking about team rankings. Obviously, we have a long ways to go until these recruits will put pen to paper. But, you got to give a lot of credit to Mike Elston, Marcus Freeman for securing this commitment. It's just big. I also want to mention he's close friends with Gabriel Rubio, who Notre Dame signed in the 2021 class. So you have Gabriel Rubio playing that 3 technique, Tyson Ford, lined up next to him at the 5 tech. I mean, Notre Dame in that St. Louis connection, folks. Kyron Williams in the 2019 class. He's, kind of that way too early Heisman favorite for next season. I should say one of the Heisman favorites, just according to the betting odds. Jordan Johnson, 5-star prospect in the 2020 class that Notre Dame landed. And hey, maybe Notre Dame lands more in this 2022 class. The Fighting Irish are in contact with Toriano Bride, a big-time corner from St. Louis. Mike Mickens, Marcus Freeman involved in that recruitment. So, Brandon Plesner even says, hey, DJ Wesolak is a defensive end who the Fighting Irish are involved with. So, make sure you lock into blueandgold.com for all of your coverage of Notre Dame football, basketball recruiting, everything you can find going on about Notre Dame. You can find at blueandgold.com. That'll wrap up this live show. Tyson Ford committed to Notre Dame.